when you look at each of these angles, a most missed concept is, take a look at angle 7, for example. That's the angle of depression. Kids will most frequently mistake that for this measurement where my pencil point is. That's not what it is. So you want to make sure that you understand that this angle of depression is measured down from the horizon, and you'll see me frequently draw an arrow like that. And the interesting thing is, because each of these horizons is parallel, that we have a lot of alternating interior angles happening here with these transversals. All right, here's the answers for A, B, and C, and D. If your answers are not matching mine, put a little star on it, and we'll go over it. That's one of the questions that you need to ask me when we're walking around the circle. Go ahead.
Wait, so I used the calculations on Desmos. Was that because, and a lot of my answers are wrong, was that because I didn't put it in the degree thing?
Yes.
Like, is there even a degree option?
There is. It's in your notes. It's in your notes. Take out your notes. It's right in your notes. So find the notes where we have a picture of the calculator and see how you press the wrench, and then you have to go to that. So if you use Desmos, same thing as with the calculator. It's designed for radians, because beyond this, the application of this is in radians. It's a more accurate conversation. In geometry, we do degrees. All right. So Ethan, if you got every single one of these wrong, then when it's work time, just pull out your calculator and redo it, because your proportions will be right.
Yeah.
Just quickly redo the math, and you should, and we can check in.
Okay.
All right. Looking at 3 and 4, that eagle is looking down at that mouse, and then the airplane is flying in at a 2-degree landing. Again, if these pictures are not making sense to you, or if these answers are not making sense to you and you need to see the pictures, that's definitely time for us to sit and draw them together. All right, next up. That lake, the lodge is 42 feet above the lake. The height of the building is 50 feet. Herndon High School electronic sign. Angle of elevation of the sun is 65 degrees. Kurt, to the nearest tenth of a degree, 70.9. We're used to rounding degrees to the whole. And then that hockey player, the maximum angle of elevation which she can shoot, it has to be less than 8.43 degrees. That's a decimal there. That's a decimal here. All right. Well, the interesting thing about that one is we're used to rounding to the whole nearest degree, but if it's wanting to know that maximum amount, including the degrees, the better answer. All right. Any questions that you have for discussion, you can mark with a circle or a square, ones you want to go over, and those are ones that you can talk to me about while your classmates are working on the next task. All right. Here come your quizzes. All right, so quiz grades are yours. There's no retakes on quizzes. It's a communication on what it is that you do or do not know how to do. All right, so our task today is this packet. And this packet is reasonable for you to finish in the time we have left. This is not your review packet for the test. That's sitting here in my inbox. This is classwork today. So we've got 10 application questions around the room. You have some practice questions here that take you through the whole unit. Finding the geometric mean, dealing with our similar right triangles when the hypotenuse is drawn to the altitude, looking at your special right triangles, solving for the missing value, using your trig ratios to solve here. So this packet, along with the vocabulary, is designed for you to be able to get through this class period. So what I'd like you to do is start where you need. So if you want to start on the vocabulary, that's great. If you want to start on special right triangles, if your first task of order is to come ask me questions, I'll be sitting at the round table in the back. So whatever you need, this is your job to work it out. Got it? What questions do you have? All right, go get smart.